Today our cooking task is our modern Australian dinner. So what I want you to be aware of, guys, is what you're actually going to be marked on today. Okay, so it is a summative task and you'll all be given your student evidence sheets that you need to fill in at the end of today's prac session. So what I'd like you to do is just to have a look at these sheets. I'll hand them out.
My name is Tash Colson. I work at Centralian Senior Secondary College here in Alice Springs. I teach Year 12 Food and Hospitality, Year 11 Biology and Numeracy and Year 10 Science. I teach Year 12 Food and Hospitality. It's a co-ed class of mixed ability levels. We've got an ESL student. Most students have done Stage 1 Food and Hospitality, so they come in, with an understanding of the kitchen and some basic skills. Some are more highly skilled than others, so there's quite a range there.
Is that something from your restaurant?
Yep.
Yep. Oh, that colour looks amazing. So you're going to keep that warm?
Initially, at the start of all my classes, we talk about maybe more classroom guidelines and expectations on the behaviour that I require from them, and also, what they require from me as well too. So primarily in the kitchen, it was mainly a safety issue. So a lot of occupational health and safety in terms of closed-in shoes, aprons, appropriate gear.
Safe food handling, what have we done in terms of our safe food handling we can write?
So we've used separate cutting boards for the chicken
Yep.
and the vegetables and fruits.
Yep, and so you've got your apron on, you've got the right shoes, your hair back. Yep, fantastic.
The verbal strategies that I use in my class to run it effectively are things like tone.
Actually, do you reckon that's the best choice of bowl?
Probably not, Daniel.
What about something like this?
Another thing that I find as a verbal cue is using student names. I think it's even especially like with classroom management, that's really powerful. Non-verbal strategies that I'll do is, I think sometimes is proximity. So maybe working closer to a student, maybe giving them some space. I use my hands a lot. When I'm explaining things, having open body language, looking at students when I talk to them.
What sort of things do you reckon you could write here for safe food handling?
I tied my hair up.
Yep.
I use different breadboards
Yep.
for cutting stuff, and I've used different knives,
Excellent.
different things.
Yep. Yep. And then why is that important? We just did an assignment. Why is that important not to cross-contaminate?
Food poisoning.
In terms of students transitioning from practical to theory, from theory to practical, I think the establishment of those routines early on and the consistency in which they are applied actually helps that nice flow. So for an example, the students know that they can't leave their stations unless I've checked their drawers to make sure that they're all okay. And if they're not okay, then they'll need to come back. They can't leave the lesson unless they've done their theory work, the student evidence sheet. So it's just that consistency of doing it in all our previous tasks, that they understand what they have to do.
So when it's got here, showed initiative and leadership within the group, you sort of took charge of the meal that you prepared, didn't you? Yep.
Just say, we all did our set tasks. Cool. Yeah.
I believe three main strengths that I have that enable me to work or manage my students practically would be my organisational skills. I think they help plan the activities so they go well. I think the relationship stuff that I have with my students, so being friendly, approachable, those types of things I find really important as well. Even though I'm very organised, being able to maybe go with the flow a little bit if things don't work out, to be able to run with things and problem solve and troubleshoot and things like that.
How do you monitor the amount of time in a class that student time is spent on learning tasks? In what ways could you improve your verbal and or non-verbal teaching strategies? What opportunities exist in your school for sharing a flexible range of classroom management strategies?